Good morning. Happy Monday. I'm going to share with you a Monday message and I'm going to talk about the energy for the week. But before I do that, let me remind you that Wednesday, noon Pacific time, launching the YouTube channel. Yay. This can be interactive. I'll open up one phone line to do a couple questions. It's not going to be just like the radio show, rather, really a combination of education with questions that go interactive with that. And then it's going to evolve itself, however that will occur. And then this coming Saturday, September 5th, will be the first week of an 8-week course, Magnetism to Manifestation. And in this course, we're going to learn how to master the law of attraction. And you don't have to come to every class. I mean, you're going to get the bigger bang for your buck if you come to all, but it's really what's right for you. And the class is free, just a waiver has to be signed because I'm going to use that class for public consumption in 2021. Alrighty, so let's get into the Monday message. And my intangible community has been beating down the door for 3 or 4 days right now. So I'm going to try and spit it out as eloquently and succinctly as possible. The message is around autonomy and sovereignty. So when we think autonomy, we think sovereignty. It's the ability to have dominion over our own space. It's the ability to call our own shots and live our life in the manner that we see fit, and in a way that it is in alignment with our own conscience, our own heart, our own vision of reality. So what in 2020, Corona and all its subsequent restrictions and everything that's gone on around it has really pushed the envelope on whether or not you feel autonomous or sovereign over your own existence. Now, those people who already aspire to the deepest relationship they can cultivate with divine consciousness are doing really well during this time. I count myself in that group of people. This has been one of the best times in my life. It's just really expansive and wonderful because I'm seeing the bigger picture of what's going on here. And part of that picture is a move towards autonomy and sovereignty with each individual. So what that means on a day-to-day level is that I am not reactive, responsive, or influenced by anything that happens outside of me. I won't say never, but if I am triggered in some way or something comes to me that it feels unpleasant, I immediately switch my point of view about it so that it doesn't take from me, that I see this experience as expansive, opportunistic, and a growing period. So, you know, I'm anti-news. I think it's all propaganda, and it's very difficult to find information that is true and useful to us. And it doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you're on. All the news channels are propaganda at this point. I do not watch the news. I don't know if I ever will again, quite frankly. It's not useful in any way to me. It doesn't improve my life in any way. It doesn't offer anything. And it tries to control, manipulate, and it has agenda to make you think something. And during this time of expansion, the goal of the essence of consciousness is to cause us to feel more autonomous, to feel more secure, not less secure. So this whole time period is really bringing people face to face with where they believe their security comes from. And since I've been teaching abundance and magnetism and law of attraction for so many years, I've been having this discussion repeatedly. But now it's coming out of discussion into, you better be practicing it if you want to have autonomy, sovereignty, and have those financial resources to have life meet you where you are. And here's the thing. We have been trained forever to believe that abundance is outside of us. We've been trained to believe that having more is a reflection of abundance. It can be sometimes, but it's a symptom of inner abundance. It's a symptom of high frequency maintenance. What do I mean by that? As we learn to embody high frequencies as a way of life, meaning we're always striving to better ourselves, the high road, and in terms of service and justice, when we live in that realm, when we live in the realm of unity, not division, when we aspire to honor higher wisdom, not the external reality, our vibratory state increases. And so no matter whatever happens to you, if your vibration is high, you're resonating on the high end of the spectrum, divine consciousness can always locate you and deliver good to you. Your good, your wealth, your love, your health, it's not predicated on what goes on outside of you. And this particular time with Corona is really challenging people's beliefs about where security comes from. And so many times I've had discussions with people who've either recently lost a job or they're trying to move into a different career or something, saying, well, I don't want to leave my job because my health insurance, or I may not get another job, or I won't be able to make money, blah, blah, blah. And the narrative goes on about limitation. However, the real issue is that we do not understand and we do not commit to the reality that everything that comes to us is through the grace of divine consciousness. It comes through that relationship we have by keeping high vibration frequencies and listening to the wisdom from higher consciousness. And once you've developed a level of mastery to maintain your vibration at a certain level, let's just use a number system. Let's say most people vibrate at a 3 or 4 on a 1 to 10 scale. Let's say you've really worked yourself energetically, spiritually, etc. You now vibrate at a level 7.5. Well, you've accomplished that. You've earned that. That is now your vibratory frequency. It doesn't matter if your little feet move over 300 yards to do something else. You still have the same vibratory frequency. Divine consciousness will still funnel what you need to you. So I think this is one of the greatest lessons that we need to master during this time. It's really who is your master? Who do you align with? What reality are you going to align with as truth? Now, if you've been in spiritual community or practiced quantum physics or been down that road at all, you have intellectually understood that thought/perception dictates tangible matter. What happens on the front end dictates what happens in the external reality. That the spiritual world is everything. It creates the external world. And so if it's only been an intellectual thought to you and something you read somewhere or heard somewhere, this particular time in history, it is becoming critical that you own that truth for yourself and begin to defer to that truth in all matters. And when you begin to defer to that truth and you solidify your relationship with consciousness by ongoingly listening to it rather than reacting to the external reality, the cart after the horse, as one would say, suddenly security is a non-issue. Security meaning, where's my finances? Where's my love? Where's my health? It becomes a non-issue. You are taken care of because you vibrated a higher frequency, and your contributions in the world automatically become more potent because you're more aware. You have progressed more. You have more to offer. So in this time of autonomy, sovereignty, and security, it's rich with possibility to grow yourself, to have more, to become more, to be of greater service. And the less you respond to the external reality, the less you are going back to the way things were, looking for things to reorganize in the old way, the better off you're going to be. You're breaking free from the limitation of the tangible experience. Intellectually, we have all read in quantum physics that thought precedes matter. We've all seen the experiments online. We've read all the work of Niels Bohr and Werner Heisenberg. We've done all that. But now the next step, the next up level, is to bring it into your system, have it a knowing, and actually behave that way. Take that, we want to call it a leap of faith, but when the intangible precedes the tangible, you can call it faith, you can call it risk, but that's the necessary step. You have to lean into that point of view and defer to that point of view at all times. And when you do that and your frequency begins to raise in totality, you up-level yourself as an energetic being. And once you own that level of energy, no one can take it from you. And life will always respond to you in correlation to the energy level you have mastered through inner discipline. So from that point of view, it's such a great time. It's just such an amazing time for all of us to master these new levels. And you know, most of us don't shift, don't change until we're out of the comfort zone. And most people are out of the comfort zone right now. A lot of people are out of the comfort zone. And necessity is the mother of invention. So I just encourage you to lean into right thinking, lean into possibility, stay committed to higher wisdom. Don't be drawn into the drama and chaos and control energy of the external reality right now. And you're going to do great. You're going to be fine. Okay? So this was a message that really jammed up my channels over the last few days. So now let's get into the energy read for the week. So August has been so much about manifestation. It's also been about this energy just rushing through our lives, almost like a ping pong ball, bing, 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 all back and forth from, you know, benevolent experiences to challenging experiences and back again. But through the next 3-4 days, we still have the residue of all that energy. Still a really good time to put things in motion, to cultivate, to make things happen. As we get into September further, the energy is more decisive and methodical, but it's definitely moving at a different, slower, thicker pace. That means any movement you do make will be marked, that it's very decisive. That's really the good news about September. But it's also a great opportunity to recognize the difference in the energy patterns that are happening. You know, I mean, August was the wild, wild west. You know, September is going to be more like you've been outdoors and now you're indoors. You've got to play nice inside, right? So it's still a good energy, good time to make things happen. But this next week is really, I want to say the window is closing on the type of energy we experienced in August. And it's good. It's good stuff. Perfect for fall. All right, my friends, looking forward to Wednesday. Join me Wednesday, noon Pacific, for the kickoff of the YouTube live show, and have a wonderful week. Love you.